You've got to fight for your right to party. The Chiefs versus Ravens, a player on the Ravens team, was taunting quarterback Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and he was penalized $10,927. And immediately the Lord told me in a question, how many of my children are taunted by the enemy, and who's claiming anything for it? Wow. He said, why are my children? Why they are not receiving from me? They aren't expecting. They don't have my expectations. Is your expectations on what your past experience says to you? Is your expectations on what your friends say? Is your expectations on what you can see only in the natural, or what's in front of you, or what's behind you? You expect to have your needs met for a day. I expect them to be met forever. You expect to get over a cold. I expect you to walk in divine health. You expect to have enough money for the rent. I expect you to own a new home paid in full. You expect to have enough money for a car payment. I expect you to pay cash for your dream car. You expect your children to stay out of trouble. I expect them to walk in righteousness, full of power, being all they're created to do. Tell my children they need to raise their expectations to my expectations. Come up here. There's no super in the natural realm. We need to walk in miraculous expectation. Nothing is too difficult for me. And on the side you can read Acts 3, verse 1 through 5. The beggar was expecting to receive something. How much more should a child of God expect? You have the mind of Christ. God's telling us, put it on. That means there's no limits to expectation. Have you put on the mind of Christ or the traditions of men? Colossians 2:8. Beware lest anyone cheat you through philosophy and empty deceit, according to the traditions of men, according to the basic principles of the world, and not according to Christ. The beggar was looking to man to meet his needs for a day, but God was looking to touch him with his power that would last forever. Silver or gold, I have none. I do, but that's not what you need. Rise up and walk. Peter raised that beggar's expectation. When we receive the word of God from a man of God, power is released. It does not matter your situation. It does not matter what anyone says. When you expect from God, the situation must change. He stood up and leaped and entered with them into the temple, leaping and praising God. When did the miracle take place for this beggar? Did it happen just because he went to the temple? Did it happen when the disciples walked by? It happened when the beggar raised his expectation. God reached out and touched him. The beggar was like, whoa, this can happen? Now can you just see the ankle bones connected to the power of God? Isn't it your turn? What do you expect to happen today? Do you expect the supernatural power of God? Do you expect the miraculous to be manifested today? 1 Peter 2:9 says, you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into the marvelous light. You were called out of darkness, defeat, sickness, death, into the marvelous light. Wow. Would it make sense that God called you out of darkness to have you to live in sickness, lack, or bondage? Absolutely not. He called you out of darkness to live in his brilliant light, so others can see the expectations you have, so others can be raised. Psalms 18:20. He rewarded me for doing what's right and staying pure. When you're a child of the Most High God, you are entitled to the benefits of the King. Love you forever. See you next time.